Now that we have power back, welcome back to some more Stormworks. I am StormRunner Gaming, and today I'm going to be jumping into actually a user creation that he actually messaged me on Reddit about one of the episodes that I created on the game, and I was just testing out a couple of workshop boats to try to see which one hits a top speed barrier, and he believes his design, you can see down there, is better, but he does want me to acknowledge that there are some problems with it, like it doesn't exactly float right now, but he has fixed that. And later in the episode I do want to address maybe a solution to that if the creator is interested and if other people are interested, using some logic. But anyways, I just want to say a quick warning, like I'm gonna spoil the episode I did earlier on the boat, so if you guys actually do want to watch it, it's going to be up in the either right or left, I don't know, I'm going to put a card up there so you guys can go and look at that, go watch that video if you want to before I jump into this one. I'm going to be talking about the old episode because all three of those boats were around maybe 30, I forget, it was like kilometers per hour or something maybe, or I don't even know, it was just the base units in the game. And none of them seem to be able to reach even faster, but it's interesting. This one actually, it's got a crazy top speed just because of the way he set it up. It's pretty light. He does have a lot of heavy blocks on the bottom of it and the propeller to keep it, to start it up. But here, I'll show you, I'll just run it for you guys because I don't want to give away the speed it hits right at the beginning, but we do need to start up the motors and get it level with that one propeller down there. And now we can turn on the jet engine to get it going. Alright, and we actually kind of have to play with it to keep it on a plane, because if you just floor it out of the gate, you can have it flip backwards almost. It's crazy. So hopefully I'm not giving it too much right now, but I gotta watch where I'm going. I've run into those rocks one too many times driving this thing out. And if you guys haven't seen, the fish are in the game. A lot of wild creatures actually in the game. So, but hitting 30 right now, if we punch it, we can almost hit 40 stably in this boat. And it maxes out in the 50s though, but especially when it gets really choppy, this thing seems to have problems being extremely stable, and there is a bit of lag. I apologize for that, but this thing's crazy fast. He wasn't joking around. Like, it seems to be almost like a hydrofoil type of design in a sense, where you barely have any of the hull hitting the water, but you've got a lot of the power pinning it upwards, where it's almost stable completely and level to the water. So this thing, oh shoot, there it goes. It's flipping up though. Yeah, the stability, there's some want for more stability, but that would take, it'd probably be more on the logic side to be able to autonomously stabilize it instead of just putting more or less weight on each side, just because the it varies from like waves and everything and the amount of power you're putting in, so stabilizing it wouldn't be easy. But alright, so I've shown you it can hit, I believe, 55, 56 of whatever unit we're using right now on this, because this is the base units. And like I said earlier, we were only hitting around 30, and this thing can peak around 50, unstably around 50, so, but it's crazy fast. I mean, and now that I'm pretty much done just showing it off, I apologize, it's going to be a shorter video, but maybe I can go into a little bit of logic and try my hand at that real fast. And I want to see if I can actually fix the one problem he's got with it right now, because we can use some logic. What I'm thinking of doing with this boat is we've got the engine right here and the propeller that's pointed upwards, so when you spawn it in, it's at that angle just hitting the bottom of the sea floor. But if we have it to where that's on at the beginning and it senses like when it's in or out of the water, well, I mean, it just turns off anyways. So if we have it constantly running instead of having an input from the driver's seat, I'm wondering if that actually would work. That seems extremely simple in my mind. That's the power input. We want the control. Correct? Throttle is the thing. Okay, okay. I'm getting... That's not what I need. Is there a control to... I apologize for this. I actually didn't look much into my theory, even though I did kind of come up with a theory. Well, if I find, when I find, or if I can't find the correct part, I'll just talk to you guys about that in a minute, so I'll see you then. Alright, I believe I found my solution to the problem here. So we've got a throttle on each side just to balance it out. And then we've got one of them connected up to that propeller on the bottom of it that should give us an output so that it starts up. Is it actually... We may have to turn the engine on. Ah, that's the problem. Troubleshooting. So now that we start the engine, yep. There we go. It's kind of noisy and not very practical, but yeah, let me go bring it back to the workshop and I'm gonna go make those changes and I'll be right back for you guys. Alright, my jerry-rig solution of firing up the engine and keeping it on seems to be working. More, less, more. Shoot, it's running away from me now. Can I jump? Thank you. So, theoretically, it is working because we've got everything pinned on right now. And we're keeping the boat level when it starts. Because that's what the propeller does anyways. So it's kind of a it's not stupid, but it's probably not the best way to do it. You could probably make a better, more logical solution. But it seems like... I don't think it's extremely affecting the top speed that much. It might be just because we're hitting that propeller. But we're still able to hit that 50, 55 it looked like. That 55 some, even though, because it's not even contacting the water so it doesn't spin anymore. So, I mean, it's not a bad solution, but if somebody else wants to take it and actually make a system that turns it on when like it's flooded or something, like when the bottom of the boat touches the water, like the top of it or something, it'll turn the propeller on for a second. It's like, oh shoot, I didn't even realize there's a rock there. But I don't know, I could probably play around with it and maybe get it to work somehow like that, but I'm not great at logic. So I'm just gonna go and hop into the workbench so we don't get that sound in the background. But anyways, I believe that's about all the time I've got for today. Again, I apologize it's a shorter video, but I did want to go and look at this amazing build from... Shoot, I've forgotten his name, but I'll put his name up on the screen for you guys right now. And you guys can find this on the workshop. I believe it's called the Ultra Fast Speedboat. And so I believe he's got the crown currently for the fastest boat in Stormworks. So he's got, I don't know if he's got any competition right now, but anyways, if you guys like this, please leave a like and consider subscribing to the channel to stay up with Stormworks and all of my content. But I've never been great at goodbyes, but my people need me and I need to go.